This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast, where CEOs of mid-sized companies share their insights. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because top CEOs know how to listen and be concise. So let's get to it. Question number 1. In just a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
So I'm Jason Harper. I'm the founder and CEO of RXA, and we are a applied artificial intelligence studio. So we produce, our main product is companies. So we try to find opportunities using applied artificial intelligence solutions that come through our consulting team, and we turn those into products and spin those out into companies.
Interesting. Question number 2. What's the best thing about being the CEO?
Well, it's obviously a very personal question because the best thing, there's many things. For me, I really enjoy the accountability and not being able to look anywhere else. If things go wrong, it's my fault. And so I drive a lot of satisfaction from that. I think the stress is really fun and energizing, and I like being able to try new things and see how they work out, and then also surround myself with a team of people who are ridiculously smarter than I am to kind of help me figure out, what are these good and right things.
Very good. Question number 3. I hear from other CEOs that leading their team and being able to see the road ahead can be a challenge. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think when it comes to leading a team and seeing that road ahead, it's important that you've got the right team. So seeing the road ahead, I think the most effective thing is to have a lot of sets of eyes, right? A lot of people looking in the same direction, and you're going to get good visibility into that. And so having surrounded yourself with, with a group of folks who are diverse, like genuinely diverse, who see the world differently and are extremely intelligent, and being able to listen to them and take in, all of this information, it's going to help you see that road ahead. So it's a team effort. It's not just, that it's not your job to figure that out.
Very good. Question number 4. What piece of insight do you want to share with other CEOs?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I would share with other CEOs, and the way that we're structured, we've actually have a couple of CEOs who do report into me, so they hear this a lot, is sales first. Don't forget that you're out there selling, and the C in CEO actually stands for sales. And so that's the biggest thing that you don't want to lose sight of, because it doesn't matter how awesome your product is or how great, you think that anything is. It just comes down to sales. And so I think that it solves a lot of problems. And so I think a lot of folks, as you're growing a company and it's, startup world, and you can, there's a lot of ways to make excuses for not having sales, but if you're not selling, there's reasons for that. And so it's taking that feedback, right? Your sales team is your best product development team. It's your best source of customer feedback, right? And making sure that you've got product market fit and the right innovation and the right processes in place and things like that. So focus first on sales.
Excellent. Question number 5. What other successful CEOs like yourself would you like to acknowledge and should be on my podcast?
Well, I can think of a couple. We've got CEO Eric Green. He's CEO of Ready Signal. They're about to launch as we speak. They're in the final week of preparations for public launch. And so looking at the work that he's done, being able to see firsthand how he's crafted and created this company, and led a very broad team, a global team to build it. I think he would, he's certainly an excellent CEO. John Larson, he's the CEO of Weave Workforce. And so he's taken a workforce optimization company and created an amazing product uh, out of it. So he is extremely insightful when it comes to listening. As you mentioned, like the importance of listening, and turning that listening into insights. I think he would be a great person to speak to.
Excellent. Now, question number 6, the final question. How do you celebrate a win?
Well, it's important. I think it's important to share the win, right? So making sure that we're taking time to acknowledge people who contributed to successes is really important. And so we do spend in my organizations a lot of time, being grateful and giving gratitude and pats on the back for the win. I will say one thing that is, especially as you're growing a company, is a big difference between something good that happens along the way to a win and the actual win, right? So oftentimes, again, thinking of sales, it's like, wow, that was a great meeting, these folks are really excited, but until it gets till it's signed and won and done, it's really nothing to celebrate. And same thing on the development side, like 85% of something is not done, right? So I think when we're talking about celebrating wins, it's important that we're celebrating the actual win and not just not something that's on the path to win. We want those, we like those, and we need more of, let's build that out. But really, it's making sure that it's like a win is a win, and there's not a second place here.
Agreed. Jason, it's a pleasure having you on. How can people find you?
Well, you can find me at RXA.io. That's the company's website, or you can reach me on LinkedIn /Maximize ROI, or you can just search me up, Jason Harper.
Jason, thank you. This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast. For more insights, go to LinkedIn and search for the Gray Owl Company. Jason, thank you.
Thank you, Earl. It's been great.